going on, everybody? This is Super Robot, and today we have in front of you none other than the Transformers Legacy Evolution Leader Class Nova Prime. This is an Amazon exclusive, I'm not sure, but anyway, I did get mine from Amazon, and I'm sure you get it from other places because I did see them in pre-order, but a lot of people had that confusion. Anyway, it's a nice looking figure. Remold of the Siege Cybertron Optimus Prime, which I really hate that mold, and I think this is a better use of that mold. Way better use. Trust me on that. If you have the original Optimus Prime Galaxy Convoy or Cybertron Optimus Prime, oh my god, that thing is, I still love that toy. You know what I'm saying? I still love that toy. So now I never considered his repaint remold from the Siege. I just never considered him that Cybertron Prime. I don't like it. Yes, I did come down a lot of reviewers, and I still am. Because, TF Wiki would be your best friend if you want to learn a little bit about the character. The character is basically Nemesis Prime, but y'all don't know that. I've known this for years. There's been many lores written about him, but he basically was in the Dead Universe. When he got sucked in the Dead Universe, he became Nemesis Prime. He had the Matrix counterpart to the original Matrix, and I've got a little bonus for everybody because in some iterations, he becomes the target version of Nemesis Prime. And I've known this for years, a decade and a half. So I did a lot of research on this character way back when I got the target Nemesis Prime in 2007, 2008. I think I got Nemesis Prime and, one of the Nemesis Primes. And that Nemesis Prime is, like I said, directly correlation to him. Let's see. I got nothing. He's just a truck. But we're going to look at the packaging and we're going to move rather swiftly because I have to go. So we're going to look at the packaging, and the packaging is nice. The artwork is nice. It looks almost like a comic book cover. Let me back this up a little bit. And I find that to be just amazing. Like, I love the artwork. I love it. I think I do. You can see some other things at the top. I think that's Ratbat. There is the other 2-packs, which are also present here. I'm not going to look for those 2-packs as they've in a big stack. If you want to see this stack, just so y'all know why I don't like looking for stuff, I'm going to show you. You see all that over there? There's stuff way down there. I got to go looking through that, or I got to go through these bins over here. And there's a lot of stuff to look through. There's more bins over there, and I'm just not doing it today. All right, we're going to leave this in. All right, leaving that in. So that's why I probably won't go even looking for them. I just don't. Dude, it takes a long time. The packaging is nice. It's crap on the side, which is the regular, Legacy Evolution stuff. Back of the box, nothing on the side but a panel. So that's where we can just go straight to the back of the box and we get to this figure. Nova Prime, 20 steps. Some of us been calling the smaller robot Nova Major. So Nova Major is 13 steps, and of course the combined something is 18 steps. Well, we're only going to transform, and I'm probably not going to do it on screen because it's Ultra Magnus. I already did it. I'll link to the video. Now I'm going to show off the vehicle mode. So then again, you're starting the video late. This is a remold retool of the Siege Cybertron Optimus Prime, which is a remold of Siege Ultra Magnus. I was looking for my Netflix one, and I still need to find it because I had never opened it. I was actually going to open it for this video because the inner robot that comes with him looks very similar to him. But the problem is it's in the other bins, and that's in the washroom, and I ain't going in there. So the truck is primarily white with this kind of gunmetal gray. Though I wish he had more black, this black and white, because he really is that color. But it works because it all kind of blends in. It kind of reminds me of the Battle Optimus Prime, the white one that was kit bashed from Combiner Wars. It's basically straight white repaint of Optimus Prime. Wasn't even trying to be an Ultra Magnus. It reminds me of that in the colors, but the colors here are a lot nicer in a way too. I got the 2 black guns, the same ones, the hollow ones that come with the Siege. The front of the cab, these parts come off, which I assume was the same with Siege Cybertron Optimus. I don't know. I never bought him. As you can see here on the underside, he's got the wheels here. You can see how everything connects. There's a gray piece. You can actually see the head there. And right here is where the sides fold in. Again, very similar to Ultra Magnus. But there's this like extra hinge that clips into the back and then all this kind of clips in place. Now, for me to get this to be flat on the surface, there's a catch that I had to do this. Make sure you put the parts in on the bottom, then push into the top. Unfortunately, because the way this toy is designed, you can't get like a super push from here. You have to kind of lean it from here, so to speak, but it works. And sometimes you hear it snap in place, and like I say again, it will lay perfectly flat. The other thing is the front of the vehicle should be exactly this, not pushed back like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 reviewers have shown. Half of them don't get the parts in correctly. Now, unfortunately, there's these two shoulder bits. When I say unfortunately, you can fit them in here. The problem is when you push all this together, it's got a slight gap, which does not let this sit and rest well. I spent 30 minutes fighting that damn thing, and I was just like, you know what? I give up. You know what I'm saying? I give up. I don't want to do this anymore. So I just... All right, we're back by YouTube Magic real quick, and this is how I put them on there. It just works better this way. And like I said, it just works for me because I'm not trying to put them here and just stick them on top of there. That way I don't lose them, and they could be whatever. I don't know. It could be a static, whatever you want to be. It's your toy. Do what you want to do. It does roll. Like I said, everything is nice. It's, you know, Nova Prime. So if you ever had Nova Prime, there are a few. There is the MMC version, which basically the back of the figure is like a cradle, and you just kind of sit them in there. I still want that one, but I still find their scope for that fugly. I mean, there was one company that was supposed years ago, that was going to do the exact version the way it was in the 2005 IDW, and they never came out. So I don't know. The other version that I remember was the one that I owned was Make Toys. Now, the Make Toys version was on point because of the fact that their use of the of their version of what was, you know, the Laser G2 Optimus Prime from the Chug days, which they used to make like the Battle Primes and all that. It did the same thing for that, gave him the remolded chest. It had the same type trailer like this one, where it unfolded and it had the wings. Now the wings on that set was beautiful. I think if I had to have a choice, I would keep this one. And why I say that is because Make Toys is too small. Make Toys is Voyager size, but I feel like he should be bigger. And DNA is going to make those legs. Oh, I know they are, because they did them for Ultra Magnus and they did it for Galaxy Prime. So DNA is going to make this even bigger. So we'll wait for that. And it's coming. It's coming because this figure is going to pick up steam. So we're going to compare it to none other than Siege Ultra Magnus. So Siege Ultra Magnus and him, they share similarities in the mold. This is, you know, what he looks like compared to him. So yeah, it makes sense. And as you can see here, because of the drastic changes, these are vastly different, but pretty much the same, with the exception of the remolding here. They all do the same thing. Now, with mine, I broke the DK14 legs on this set. On my other one, they're intact. But I could not find the original legs where I put them, so I had to use the legs from Kingdom Ultra Magnus. So he's going to look a little two-tone because he's off-white, but he's got stark white legs here. But that's fine because, like I said before, I got so many parts flying around. The gun is, of course, that's the big gun that comes with both Ultra Magnuses. The shoulder cannons are, you know, shoulder missile launcher thingies are here. You know, that's the big difference. Now the back of the figure, there is, if you see it, you see that? That is just a pin. It does not, this will not move. So if you grab this, you're going to break it. Trust me. It's just there. Like it doesn't unfold like this one does. Now just keep that in mind because all of this is here. So just keep that in mind. Again, I don't know where I put the little black guns at, and I'm not gonna go look for them. But I got the black guns for him, and we're gonna, you know, when we get to his inner robot, we're gonna call him Nova Force. and then show that out. But both are fantastic. I do like these. So I'm gonna get these some pictures in. Then from there, we're just gonna go and start the rest of this video within 2 and 2. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic, and we're gonna go ahead and get this transformed. So first thing we're gonna do is to open this up. You're gonna see it here. You're gonna pull that off, and you can make like a little base if you want. Personally, I guess you can. So you're gonna put him over there real quick, and then we're gonna put him into robot mode. So the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna show this transformation. It's not that hard, but for y'all that probably didn't see it, this is the way the truck mode is supposed to be. Okay, these parts come off. You can take them off or you can leave them on. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. The colors are primarily white with the black here, and then of course there's the gold. The fists are gold because you can see that, and you know that's the way they did the mold. And of course the feet flip out in the back. So how do we transform this thing? Basically do like this. You see that right there? Keep an eye on that later. So after we do that, you're gonna turn it around. And why are you gonna turn it around? Because that's how the figure works. You turn it around. And you just kind of do like that. You know, here's some tight ratchets. Toy does have some tight ratchets. So, and of course, that's the piece. Now you see he's stuck in the form. So what do you got to do? You see this part right here? That needs to be raised up. And it only can be raised up when this is pulled forward. This is why this has to be forward in truck mode. Is when you transform it, you do like this, it's going to do that. Now, before you do and connect the arms, you're going to get the head out. Now, I do find this one to be a little more difficult than what I had some serious problems getting this open the other day. And it's still having it. I don't understand why this one didn't want to open like the other one. There's the Nova, what do you call it? Nova head. Nova Major head. And then you can put the arms forward. Okay? Lock them in place. Now I want to show y'all this. When this is like this is why it has to be this way. You slide this up. So that gives him a nicer backpack than having some hanging off his butt. Then push it together. And it'll come together. And then what you want to do so you can stand up. There's some straps here. Open them up. Open them up. Baya! You have, I will call him Nova Major. Nova Major has same articulation as all the other Optimus Primes. They go like this. You know, it's 360. Mighty moves like this. 360. Ratchet. It's a nice strong ratchet. I get him that. Kicks out to here. Like I said, when we get, I'm sure we're gonna get the Nova. You're gonna get those parts to make him taller. But I wish they would make like a new backpack. I just asking because I want to see if they make the correct. Nah, it wouldn't happen. But anyway, this is how he looks. I do dig this version so far. I don't know why. I hear he's just a straight repaint of the Cybertron Optimus Prime. But as you can see there, man, I don't know. His head sculpt is different. Let's get a close up of that. So you can see it right there. So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna call him Nova Major. So you can see that right there. All right, and so really quick. I'm gonna pause for the cause, do a little bit of comparisons, then we're gonna get him into the Nova Prime configuration. We'll be back again in 2 and 2. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic, and of course you can see the wider legs on the Siege Ultra Magnus. Again, these are legs from Kingdom Ultra Magnus, because my Kingdom Ultra Magnus has the DK14 upgrade legs, so he's taller. And I'm just not going to get him today. It's just, it'll piss me off because I'm waiting for him to get those upgrades. But yeah, you can see here, everything that's borrowed from that head, interestingly, looks the same, just painted different. I always did like the way they gave him that blue mask, and I do like the way his head looks because he still makes him look different. The waist piece is different. The waist piece here is different. Chest, of course, is remolded. You still can see these no Autobot symbols because he doesn't have any faction symbols on him for a good reason. While the fist is one color on him, the fist are 2 colors on him. Though he is plastic, he has that clear plastic over the body, which I do like on him I always liked this little white inner robot. You know, I always thought it was a cool looking thing. I always like, you know, but I think this is going to be the one that everybody's going to want because, again, it's Nova Prime. When would Hasbro do a Nova Prime? The last time we did a Nova Prime was in TFCC. So that takes care of that. Pretty much, if you didn't know about this, Nova Prime has become Nemesis Prime. And they're going to do like a little trade-off of the Matrix here. Like, yeah, in the Dead Universe, some say he turns dark, which he does. And some people say he turns into him. Not 100% sure because, like I said before, when I was talking to this person, it's a very IDW and I was not. So he comes with the Dark Matrix, and I kind of just wanted to put it in his hand. Yeah, this still. I really wish this went through my kids, man. My kids. I've had this version for, oh my gosh, I got this in like 2008, and then one day, probably like 2012, I found him in parts. Yeah, kids, man, they got him. Because I had him on the shelf. I just didn't really pay attention, I guess. But I'm not worried about it. I got the original. You can kind of put the Matrix in his hand. Kind of, let me see if I can get it to fit. This may not work in the little bit. So yeah, he gets this Matrix is like the opposite of the other Matrix, and then he becomes like dark Nemesis. He becomes Nemesis Prime. That's basically what happens. He becomes him. So let's keep that in mind. Okay. So we'll be right back. We're going to go ahead and get this all squared away so we can get him transformed, and then we can finalize this video. And we'll be back again in 2 and 2. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic, and I have him holding the Dead Matrix from the Target Nemesis Prime. Let's go ahead and get this thing ready for extended robot mode. So now we're going to turn him into Nova Prime. So what are we going to do? Take these off. Take these off. Take these off. They're gonna take these off. They're gonna take these off. Gonna take these off. Gonna take this off. Gonna take this off. We can take this off too, but you really don't care. You know, so you can see the Nova Prime head and everything, and then basically what you want to do is just take this apart, put it out on the side, and the feet is all white. After that, now. I did a few configurations with my with him, so now with the backpack raised, you can put the guns here. I don't like the guns in his hand. They just look weird. They're so big and weird. I don't understand. But you can make these shoulder cannons, and then you can make them look more menacing. There's a menace to society. You can put the pow pow in the hand. What? What? Look at that boy! Look at that boy! Look at that boy! Look at that boy! You know you like that. You know you like that. You know you like that. Oh, that thing looks so good. I gotta take a picture of that. We'll be back. Do. All right, we're back. We're gonna keep going. Just really need to wrap this up. So I don't remember how to turn this thing. And there's a little piece that kind of pops in right there. I gotta get it out. There you go. And then this just unfolds and you get the Nova Prime chest. And basically that's all you do. You just kind of flare these around. Don't worry about that. And then these flip behind here, which is so hollow. That's why I think we're definitely going to get some type of a upgrade kit for this. All right. Hold on. All right, y'all. We're back for a second. Had to take care of some business. All right, so we got him in the I guess you could say, like putting everything together mode. Again, the hollowness, yeah, it can be overlooked. And then so, you know, to fill up the parts here, you can take the gun, I put it back on here. There you go. So basically, this is the Nova Prime. You call it Optimus, not. It's Nova Prime. It's pretty good. All right, so what we're gonna do next. These are shoulder pieces. This is now his Black Matrix because I gave it to him. Didn't come with the figure. You don't take these off, and you're gonna take these off too. So these come off right here. These guns, of course, because I put them there. And I want to show you what you're gonna have to take off in the back. So these pieces will go onto the forearm of Nova Prime, just so y'all know. And yeah, so Keep that in mind. They try to give him the wheel look like the arms did. Have you ever seen the IDW artwork? He has his, it's like the front of the truck is the legs, kind of almost like the old Hero G2 Optimus Prime. You know, the one that came like the pump action one they did in the Scourge. So the first thing you want to do is flip, oh gosh, Ultra Magnus, you want to flip Nova Prime's belt. Now you got the Nova Prime belt. You are ready to become Nova Prime. The first thing you're going to do is put the feet on. And you know, if you know how Ultra Magnus works, the feet go on the same way. You gotta make sure those fold down because Eddie didn't do that. You know, put this on like that. This on the side like that. Now you got, oh Lord, I hate this thing sometimes. Make sure you fold the feet down. And now you got big legs. You don't know nothing about that. It's y'all boy nerds. Yeah. You're like, you want too? Guess again. Next, you got these parts. And so they basically should be on the arms like this. Let's see if I got this right. And they flip upside down, so they should look like this. And you'll see where they slot into place. So you fold these out, and you're gonna get this like weapon look, and they should sit with the wheels sitting up. It's gonna be a whole 5mm peg and a slab that goes into this slot, and that whole I feel Flossie Carter coming out of nowhere. It's hot. And you just put them on. Now you got Ultra Magnus arm. I mean, dang it, you got Nova Prime arms. But are we done? Nah, I'm gonna put these on next. The shoulders. Why I done forgot. I think they go on like this. Another stick in. Yep. Stick on this way. So I'm gonna show you the other one. Same thing. Here, let me back up. Because y'all boys getting your feelings sometimes. Just show me that. See, you put this on right there. It slides right in. Now you got beefy, super beefy, what's his name? Super beefy Nova Prime. He's not Nova Prime yet. Still Nova, Nova Major. So yeah, of course, you put the guns here. You can put him on the opposite way, but I like him this way. You know, make him look like he got shotguns, even though those guns were weak. You know, but still, they look nice. Then finally, we're gonna put on the the Nova Prime body. So you flip that up. You see that? Yes, you flip that up. And you can leave this up if you want. And then basically what you want to do, because I forgot to do that. And this one, again, it is very hard to open his chest, and I don't know why that is. It's like extra tight. And there's probably some plastic on it. Make sure you fold that down. Because I forgot about that. I forgot about that. And now, in a moment of truth, I'm going to put the final touches on. Make sure this is, believe this now needs to be down. So, can't slide it down until we slide these up. So what you got to do, make sure to slide that out. You want to slide that out because you're going to have to fold this back down. Okay? Make sure of that. All right. I'll show you it again. I know some of y'all say, I didn't see that. You slide this forward. You see this back piece right here? Slide that down. Then push that back in. Pull the arms in place. And get ready to put on. So you see this little slot here. Not slide, well, this thing, and you're going to stick it on the back of this spine looking thing. And it's going to go like that. So we're going to get as far as we can so we can see it. Let's be able to see it. And you just kind of force it in. Then bring this down. And we now have Nova Prime. Nova Prime is no longer Nova Major. He's now Nova Prime. And I'm not going to lie, I do like this. Because it does remind me of Combiner Wars. But I dig the Battle Optimus Prime, the white repaint. I love that. That was one of my favorite figures. I turned him into Thunderclash. But still, I should have bought two of those. They were cheap. Nice little kit bashes. You could actually make a Nova Prime out of it with the SMD kits, but not having to deal with the SMD kit, I think this is much nicer. Oh man, this is much nicer. Let me see if the Matrix will fit his, yo, he's got the Matrix of power. Look at that. Look at that. He looks so freaking awesome. All right, we're going to bring out the rest of people, pause for the cause, and we're going to wrap this puppy up. All right, it looks like I'm going to have to actually wrap this puppy up short because this camera keeps overheating, and I think it's time for me to get another camera. I've had to stop in a small time every time this camera just starts overheating. I don't know why it's doing that. But it's annoying and I'm getting sick of it, and I think I'm gonna have to retire this camera. But anyway, this is how he looks, and basically just like the Optimus Prime, you can do this and get the weapons to swing around like this, and then you can put it in there. And I guess you can kind of do it like this. There's got like a little sliding mechanism thing, so you can kind of give him that, But he's more like Cybertron Prime, which I really wish they had kind of just a little bit more of a retooling, so we're not just getting that. But hey, we're getting what we're getting. And we should be happy to see you swing the guns around like you got him like this, man. He's articulation is the same as any Ultra Magnus. I'm not gonna go through all that because there's some hindrances due to the wings. Now, I know some people need to look at the back here, and I want to look at the back. He's solid. He's gappy, but I don't know. I kind of like those folded down like that. I don't know. I think I had these folded up when I first got them. I kind of dig that kind of look, in more different look. It's a lot of things you can do, but he very much has the same waist articulation, the same leg, everything is the same, except it just looks different. But he does look good. He does look good. Like, he looks really good. I dig this. Just dig it. And compared to Siege Ultra Magnus, and I don't know, Siege Ultra Magnus just became loose overnight. As you can see here, the differences, and a lot of remolding, a lot of changes. The only thing that stays the same consistently across the board with all these releases is you get the same pattern, maybe different colors, but the same patterns all the time on the legs. I think he looks better with the guns on the side than he had with the guns on the side. Those guns are just really, really weird looking, but they work with him, because he's supposed to be an evil Optimus Prime. But I was going to bring out more characters, but the camera just keeps giving me the heat lamp and then doing the countdown, and that's not fair. I have to keep stopping. And I was just like, this is crazy. And I did want to do some comparisons and measurements really quick. So I'm going to do that. And he comes in at about 7.5, 7 inches. So, new leader scale, which at one point wasn't the new leader scale. Go figure. We have to do a little bit of showing off, and then we're going to wrap it up. All right, and we're back by YouTube Magic, and you can see some size comparisons with the Legacy Evolution, Decepticon Cascade, and Syndicate Autobot Javelin. Like I said, I don't know where I did with the other two packs. I probably had to go look for them, but yeah, there's just a comparison. I mean, that's as it should be. And I do love these figures. Like, it's about to be on tonight, because I thought I was gonna go out tonight, but apparently the people I was supposed to go out with, they didn't flake. But one of my friends, he owns a business, and he was like, he was gone. He had to roll. So, and I know what's happening. I'm probably going to meet with them later, not at this moment, but yeah, we're supposed to go to a couple of places downtown tonight. Nothing major, just a little small get together, as we always do, light drinking, but yeah, I do like these figures. So let's just get it done for this camera. Does the heat lamp thing again. Very good use of the mold. I love the details. I still think I'm kind of sparse on getting everything folded correctly, but as you can see, we have everything in tabbed. He just looks, I like it. I mean, he looks menacing. I think this works a heck of a lot better than the Cybertron Optimus Prime. It does. I know some of y'all gonna get in your feelings, because I know a lot of people really like that Optimus Prime. I did not, but this is much better. Besides the caveats, I mean, we have a real Nova Prime that turns into, using the Ultra Magnus mode. This is one of the best And I say best uses of a remold. It wins for me. It does everything I wanted to do. I wanted another Nova Prime. I was really kind of sticking myself out there as spending $200 or more for the Make Toys version, which I still might try to pick that one up. It's a nicety with that one, but it is a bit on the small side because of the fact that it's just mostly armor, and the mini robot it kind of carries. But with this, he's got size. When you add this armor, his size even gets bigger. So yeah, it's just a recommend. So this is Super Robot Ed, bringing you more news and reviews. Until then, we see you soon. Bye bye.